Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining all of us here at San Francisco City Hall, and regardless of what team you root for, happy opening day with the Giants. I would, of course, want to say thank you for all of you for coming together and talking about the challenges that we have in localities in our region and nationally. And I want to just specifically say thank you to Secretary Julián Castro for convening this meeting. He's been doing this all over the country, and we're very fortunate for him as he's been here many times, but also to just have this entire focus on the Prosperity Playbook and talk with all of us to see, not only hear the problems, so what ideas do we have to try to solve them. And I know as a mayor that I want to say thank you to all the other mayors in the room, because we don't have time for endless debate. All of us are demanded to provide the answers. And so we seek those answers every day of every week. And I know that pressure is on you as it is on me, and we have to have those answers. And that's why I do appreciate that when the secretary comes out here and he's offering not just to listen and hear, but he's got answers too, because he's been meeting on the same ideas with all the other mayors across the country. So it's with that deep appreciation that I know that not only the Secretary, but President Obama has been thinking about how to work and has been working directly with mayors to get things done. And this is why the country is moving forward on a number of fronts. I also want to, again, thank Congresswoman Jackie Speier and Congresswoman Barbara Lee, because you are our strong advocates for our mayors and our region. When we as mayors rise up and ask, whether it's individually or as a group, we need people to complement that, and you've been there for us. So I want to say thank you very much. Of course, along with all the other regional mayors, I'm very fortunate to be able to work with Libby Schaaf and Sam Liccardo, because they've been more than agreeable. They've come up with so many other of ideas that complement the ones that we're pushing, and even go further, cover areas that I haven't been thinking about. So when we all get together, we're always learning from each other. And that's also a blessing that I have with all you other mayors too, because we've had a few sessions together when I've asked for us to come together and deal with things like transportation and other things that the other mayors have come together with some great ideas as well. Plus, you're all just good folk. Secretary, thanks for choosing San Francisco to be part of this Prosperity Playbook initiating meeting. We need and want to develop with you and with all the flexibility and support of HUD. And again, I thank you for your regional leadership as well. You've got some great people here who have helped us think through and cautioned us, but also said, well, here's how you can do it. And every time I've been on the phone with you, it's been, okay, that's a problem. Think about this, think about that, how you can do it. That's the attitude that has brought more success, more open attitudes, more just positive thinking in this great partnership that we have with you. So I want to say thank you. You mentioned, and I know that when we demonstrated our navigation center, and all the mayors here in the region know the challenge of homelessness. We want to be able to produce model after model of what we can do to be more assistive. And so the Navigation Center for us has been our best model. I want to say thank you to the Interfaith Council that provided an incredible donation to make it happen. But now that we have the model, and we're breaking down the kind of old shelters that we had where people they were put in and kicked out, it's kind of no different than an encampment in many ways, but for the health and public health challenges, that we wanted to demonstrate there's a better model, and that no less committed are these models that we have to have the end result, which is permanent exits out of homelessness. You've helped us with the dialogue on veterans and our obligations, responsibilities, and opportunities to end chronic homelessness for veterans and for families. We know that, and then you've backed it up with appropriate funding where we demonstrated we can actually get something done. That's been very appreciative. The RAD program, as I mentioned earlier, has been our stellar that much more successful, more independent in their lives. We did this, and the voters get it as well. Recently, just last November, to the surprise of all of us, we passed a local $310 million affordable housing bond. We haven't done that for 2 decades. And so as we invest in people, the people respond and say, that's a good investment. That's what we want to do. And again, that's due to the creativity of working in partnership. That $310 million bond is going to be a tremendous help, as you can readily see when we do infrastructure bonds and get something out of it. This affordable housing bond will be a great contribution. Secretary, in collaboration with you, I want to make sure you know that amongst all of us, there was a great preparation for this because people really want to get it right with you, and there'll be requests that HUD be as flexible as it can be with the rules and regulations, given the urban density challenges that we have. We also will be talking about issues like stabilizing neighborhoods in this incredible economic upturn. Many parts of our neighborhoods are being totally upset. And so long-term affordable housing can also be about stabilizing certain neighborhoods while we build and create in other neighborhoods. And finally, the homelessness population, you demonstrated your commitment by joining us just last month when all of the West Coast mayors came up to Portland and started comparing notes. And of course, we all agreed homelessness was a challenge to all of us. We needed more models. We needed increased partnerships with HUD to begin defining how to end homelessness. And none of us stood up and said, we're going to end homelessness by this date, because we understand that we're not in total control of what causes that homelessness. But we all have examples of what does. And so gathering that together, having the best models, having HUD back us up and be a partner in the models of ending homelessness will be an incredible gain for all of us. So with that, I want to give an opportunity to Mayor Libby Schaaf to talk about what she's been thinking about, because she's thinking about a lot, and it's been demonstrated in news coverage of what's happening in Oakland, but kind of similar challenges, but also hopefully refresh ways to deal with it. Mayor Libby Schaaf.
Great, thank you, and thank you for convening.